Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Life and Drawing. This is episode 15. There has been a little break in between, and by break, I don't necessarily mean time off. It's just been, I think, about 3 weeks between the last podcast episode on my YouTube channel. And so, just getting right in on the drawing part of things. Hope you guys have been well. Um, we are approaching summer, and why is this taking so? And are there any summer plans? Are you guys doing anything? Family trip? I guess it all depends on how old you are and if it's still up to your parents or if you're a college student and um, it's kind of still up to your parents. I guess depending, if you're, I think if you're a sophomore um, or a junior, you probably have more say. Uh, so, so this podcast, uh, honestly, I typically set out an outline as far as. Oh, you know what? I have not started my 12-minute timer. Here we go. Yeah, I usually have a a set. Uh, I don't know. There's so much. I mean, you guys can't see this. You're just seeing the cursor on the screen, but my Wacom screen is just for whatever reason it's just this fuzz that refuses to go away. It's like, not today. We will not go away. We're here to stay. Fuzzies all the way. Uh, so yeah, what are some of your? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so I typically try to. I shouldn't say try. I typically set up um, a just an outline, as far as like, okay, what the topic is going to be about, 3 points to hit on that particular topic. So that way, there's not so many ums and ahs, and I kind of already struggle with that anyway. So I was about to say so, but yeah, but it just helps me to have an outline. It just keeps me structured and the time management as well. So, but today, like I think a couple of the other episodes, I just wanted to talk about some things that you may be thinking of or you may not, but just some thoughts of my own. And first thing was like summer because it's summer break. Um, University I work for just had its commencement, and um, we're about to enter summertime. That's why I was asking if there are any summer plans that you had, and now I'm thinking of what was your best summer experience? What are some of your best summer memories, and or not necessarily best, but what are some of your most memorable summer experiences? Because sometimes something that's fairly negative could still be memorable because of the impact. And so yeah, what were some of those? You can, if you want to share, you can put those in the comment section. See if there's any like common ground with other folks, which I'm sure. Growing up, I had the privilege. Well, I shouldn't say growing up. In my later teens, this is, I want to say, 15, 16, because I graduated when I was 17. And of course, I turned 18 that year. Yeah, and I still, yeah, because I didn't have a passport yet. Because, I was born in a country by immigrant parents. And although they had their status, they still had to do all this crap of applying for citizenship. Yeah, it's just some dumb BS. So, but anyway, but for a couple years, in my senior high school years, I was able to go to some camps, church camps, Christian church camps. I think that's redundant. Christian church camps. Well, I guess you could have different religious church camps. Anyway, I digress. And yeah, man, and those were blasts. I mean, you just, you traveling from an island to the U.S. That's always an experience. Things are a lot cheaper. Of course, where you're going is easily 10 times bigger than your homeland, and so it's always an eye-opening, thrilling experience to behold, and and then sometimes you meet other folks, and most times it's very fleeting, and fleeting mostly carries like a negative connotation, but it's you're not most likely you're not going to see these folks again, and but it's cool in that moment, because you're coming across a set of folks that you normally would not, and so that's always a cool experience, and particularly if they're off the opposite sex. So you think, I have a little girlfriend for a week or 3 days, because we're there for a week, and I'm trying to think. I think we usually fly out on a weekend. Ticket prices. Now this is back. Oh my goodness, this is back in the 90s. So, and even then, ticket prices were high. I can't even imagine what it is now, even outside of before we had this whole pandemic, and so it really, man, it's such a blur. I think we try to fly out on the cheapest day, and to return likewise, and it counts for a week, like Monday through Friday. I think Fridays were a fun day where we go to the mall, and that's where you shop and all that. So great memories, man. I'm truly blessed that I was able to have those experiences and those opportunities, even with the very humble beginnings and status that me and my parents and siblings had to go through, just living in a country that despises foreigners, and particularly those from the heritage of Haiti. So, but yeah, I mean, so it's just really great summers for those trips. Um, uh, One of the memorable ones for me was somewhat negative, but thankfully it all flashed out. Really, one of my really good friends, we just had a silly beef over some shoes I had. I think it was like the Nike flip flops, but it was the Nike flip flops where it was all enclosed, like Crocs now, but it was like leather uh, enclosed and heel out type thing. And so he wanted to wear it. I was like, man, I don't really want to share my shoes. I'm very particular like that. And somehow he got his hands on it, and I don't even necessarily even want to relive it out because it was petty. Um, it's petty on my side, and but we squashed that same day. There's some awkwardness, but we went to the same church together. We went to the same high school from seventh grade, and at this point, I think we were probably in 11th grade, and so yeah, man, um, we squashed that really quick, and 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 then that was that, and we were able to, which was nice because we were able to enjoy the rest of the week. Because I would have been like just I can't imagine just stressful and because negative energy, man, just takes it out of you. Negative energy, uh, you know, malcontentment, uh, stress. I mean, it just zaps you, and it's never worthwhile. So it was cool that we uh we squashed that little. I can't even say beef, but a little scuffle or scuffle or whatever you want to call it. But and we were able to chill out. But it was still memorable because we were good buddies, and our other friends were, hey man, what are you guys doing? And you guys don't want to fight each other, and I mean, at that point I had matured. I think if I was if I was my 12-year-old self, it would have been a different story because I had zero patience, and thankfully my parents did not relinquish the belt or the switch. And for those who don't know what a switch is, it's any tree branch that has flexibility to it. And so, and although I hated those switch and belt discipline beating movements, I probably would not be here today with the attitude I had and the temperament I exhibited. Um, and so that was definitely uh, God send, just being disciplined that way. Not that way, but just being disciplined and having my parents who were definitely disciplinarians and did not have any time for BS and disobedience. So yep, there was no back talking. Oh man, time flies when you're having fun. And so yeah, I only have like these two, three, two trees. But yeah, but I mean, it was overall, man. I really had great summers, and for anyone who happens to be listening, and your summers weren't great, you can change that. You can't reclaim the time, but you can create new experiences. You can now go out to, hey, I'm going to do a road trip if you have your license. And depending where you're listening, if you're over 18 and you can travel by yourself, I know it's somewhat, not somewhat, it has changed greatly with the whole pandemic, and I guess it all depends on your country and if it's locked down or not. And if it is, get creative. If there's a city or a town that you can go to and create a different experience for yourself. Or it may just be, hey, I'm going to do some different activities instead of just staying home. I'm going to maybe pick up a hobby. Just you can't redeem the time, but you can create new experiences. And so, yeah, let this summer be a summer of new beginnings, good new beginnings, and see how it impacts your memories to come, and it may be where you're able to forge new memories that are lasting, and that will replace the old memories of not having a great particular summer or a very negative summer experience, and that way you can improve upon what your experiences have been. And so let's see how that looks. No. I don't know. What do you guys think? Think I can whip that up as an artistic expression? No. What do you think? You never know. I'm kind of liking it. I must say, I'm kind of liking it. But I don't know. Like Bob Ross would say, happy little accidents. But I don't know. I like this. I prefer that. I was just trying to edge this thing out, and it's not wanting to cooperate. Here we go again. Why? This brush, I like this Indian brush, but it's not fully thick, and so it doesn't register the fill when I want to do the fill. And so that's what I like with my traditional brush pen. I can, if I want, I can really get in and throw in some, like Doug DeNapo would say, throw in some heavy blacks. How is it? Like just heavy shading, like block shading, put it in. But the beauty with digital artwork, I can just make the cursor bigger, and then there you go. But anyway, guys, sorry, man, that was a kind of a bramble, thingamajig. So anyway, man, enjoy your summer. Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to utterly destroy and smash and gently sit upon and press and push and poke that like button. Let's get the YouTube algorithms going. Also, be sure to go to my. Whenever I hear it and then I say these things, it always feels very demanding. Hey, make sure I do this and make sure you do that. If you want, go to my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Michelot Comics. Also, be sure you can go to patreon.com. That supports the whole initiative. Patreon.com/Michelot Lolly. Yeah, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, and and let me know if you have any plans for this summer, and what were some of your memorable moments of summers past. Sounds like a nice title for something, maybe. So yeah, and let's see, if we have any mutual, experiences. You never know, man. Sometimes you never know. Maybe some of you guys were at some of those camps when I went. It's a very small world out there. So so you never know. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for taking the time to listen to this podcast. I hope it wasn't too off the wall and just too utterly random. And so, yeah, be more structured for the next one. Thanks again. This has been another Life and Drawing episode 15. Peace, guys.